All right. So One Piece 1137 there this week. And I'll just jump into what I think was the biggest revelation for me. Shamrock. I never in a million years would have thought that his name would have been Shamrock at all. So it really makes me wonder where the name Figureland comes from. And I just had never thought about it before. So I was really interested in that. It makes me wonder if Shanks has a Figureland name or a noble name, and he just goes by Shanks as a title, or that's what Roger called him. So, but yeah, I I think the thing I'm most curious about is because Shamrock there, he had seemed to be dressed more like medieval nobility. So he was. I just I feel like having a devil fruit power would be. I didn't. I don't know what it would be for him. I guess. So I assume he probably relies more on hockey, which is what I've always assumed Garling was those like super hockey users. Since I didn't get any kind of like feeling that he would use devil fruits. It's all like I guess to give my thoughts. Like Gunko, the other character that was revealed this arc, was like she just looks like she has some kind of weird power the from her reveal and everything. So kind of like the crow guy in the Revolutionary Army. So but yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling that Garling, I always thought probably had really strong armament hockey. I'm very much in the boat where I think that Whitebeard was referring to Garling after God's Valley reveal. That he was the one that put the scar on his chest rather than Roger, which is what everybody assumed from before. So, but who knows? That whole theory might be wrong. So, but yeah, I mean, we already know that Shanks has like insane uh, observation hockey. So I just think it makes sense that each of them have their own field of study. But then it might be really funny too if Shamrock is not a warrior at all and he's completely, like a celestial dragon, or shoot, the guy from CP9 that basically relies on everyone else to do everything for him. I think that'd be funny, but I highly doubt he's going to be like that. So he does not seem like the type there, from what we've seen. So, but moving on from him, the giant story was the biggest part of this chapter, the longest part, I think. There might have been more pages for the end part, but the giants there. I can't settle on one theory because it's like the portrait of King Harold. He's got the lines over his eyes, so it looks very much like he has regret. And so I could definitely see, I definitely think the ancient giants were attacking him in the castle when Loki interrupted. And I don't know if since Loki put a sword into Ja Rule's head, I'm like, unless it was King Harold and he just forgot. I don't see Loki being a part of it, but then I see King Harold as the one being more likely, because they confirmed in this chapter that they definitely teleported in from inside the castle and then broke out of the castle. So they have coordinates or a teleportation pad, however that skill works, in the castle. And or maybe it's like a seed is planted and then they can return to the seed of it's a power in Tower of God, so I don't know if it would be relevant to reference here, but it's like the guy travels the paths and he has like trees that he can travel to. So but yeah, so it's something there. So I highly get the feeling that King Harold, I don't think, just from his portrait, I don't think he like sold the giants out per se, but I think he saw it as a losing war, and he saw it as the only way to save his people was to make the giants peaceful and to try to make a deal with the world government, even though obviously we all know the world government would have just, you know, and is already, trying to enslave the giants or something. So it's I don't know, but there's just got to be more to it than what we know so far. I'm just not putting together the pieces. So, but yeah, all the ancient giants are dead except for Jarul, and then Loki ate the fruit and he became a pirate. So he didn't even lead his kingdom after he overthrew the king. So it's not adding up, and Loki definitely doesn't seem like the big evil character he was made out to be. I think it would be really funny if he was like all the arsons and everything that he so called like committed, like it was just a bunch of misunderstandings and something happened and he's just like a completely, you know, always in the wrong place at the wrong time kind of character. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's like Usopp where he's always lying and super weak, but I do think it'd be pretty funny that if he was just like completely misunderstood and he never actually committed any crimes and just gets blamed for everything. So I also could see that being a Oda storyline. But yeah, anyways, I mean the bigger part of that is that giant society wasn't at all like I was expecting. It's a lot more complicated, and it sounds like they were pretty racist against other giants, which that was the big reveal to me. Is I'm like, there's other giant societies in the world, or have they all started to die off, or do they live in like Sky Islands or something? I don't know. It's I have so many questions for that, and I know a lot of people were wanting the guy with wings, that's the supernova, to be a part of this arc. But now I'm wondering if he's like a window into other giant societies around the world. It's like it's a whole I feel like another arc that could be explored, or maybe I just had a bad translation, and this just means like other giant cities like on the island that they just look down upon. They're not the city that has the king in it and everything, and they're different. They're not the ancient giants or whatever. They don't have the ancient giant blood. But yeah, overall, it just like it further cemented in my brain that Harold has regret about everything that's happened and where their society ended up, and that's why he made the decisions to rip out his horns and try to make a peaceful society for whatever he wanted. It also showed that Hadrien, which I'm butchering because I can't pronounce anything right now. My nose is killing me this week, but yeah, he has the dream to be the king of the giants, so he fits right into Luffy's crew. I don't think he's going to be on board the Sunny. That'd be really weird to have a giant on board the Sunny going through, but he definitely fits into the Grand Fleet there. So I really like that he's giving dreams to them. I assume that this is gonna be like the other ones are gonna have dreams. I mean, I guess Bartholomew's was just to follow Luffy around, but dream's a dream, so it is what it is. But yeah, I overall though I think I was more fascinated by Gunko's character though than Shamrock or the Giants or anything, just because of two things. It's like I probably am reading too much into it, but I feel like her hat looks a lot like Sabo's. So, and I don't think she's directly connected to Luffy or anything or them, but it's like it makes me wonder if she comes from a similar place or someone connected to that because Sabo was a part of the nobility on that island, so I wonder if she's like connected somehow to them. Like I guess because I can't remember if it was confirmed or not if the God's Knights were being trained by um, shoot the one lady that was Linland's caretaker, and then you know she whatever ate them or did something there. I don't think they've fully revealed what happened there yet. So, but so I assume Gunko is not like a noble herself. I assume that she was like like a slave or somebody that was like very powerful or showed promise, and then they trained her to be a god's knight. But who knows? She might be like a completely created like being, like a lot of people think that the Gorosei are, that they were just like created from Emu. And I could see that too, since her power seems very similar to, like I said last week, to the tail power that Emu had. But I don't see her as being like created in the last like you know two arcs from that power. So I don't know if it's a like Emu can copy their powers to other people, or like help grant them as like pseudo devil fruits or something, like artificial ones. But anyways, it's Gunko just I feel like will be a big lore reveal, but I don't. I might just be off the mark, and she's like completely throwaway character. But like her hat, and then her using her her powers like Luffy uses his. I mean, I guess she's not the first character that we've seen that just like uses their power to become super giant and beat people around it. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's all like the easiest way to use any kind of superpower, like to get bigger and crush people or go faster. But either way, I'd like to see her as like a matchup against Luffy, since her similar. And I don't really. I feel like I have to see her power like animated to fully understand how it works. I know she kind of like explained it in the thing, but I couldn't tell if it was like accelerating her punches or just like whatever the arrow points to, just like she can never miss no matter what, and just increases the power or something. But then they also like skewer things like she did with the animals, so who knows. I was just really confused, but the hat was just what caught my attention the most, and then how she uses her powers. So, but I'm probably just drawing extra connections. Overall, next week, I mean, I hope we finally get something with the guy that still hasn't been revealed yet. I mean, somebody's got to go save Loki, and I don't see it being Luffy anymore since they were halfway across the island. So, but I mean, also Luffy can travel super fast now, so who knows? But or maybe they like all go together, but I don't know. Loki's just getting the crap beat out of him right now, so it's somebody's got to save him, or not. I don't know. I feel like it'd be really weird to introduce him and then kill him off, but yeah, I don't know there. I think we'll get some hint at Shamrock's power, but I feel like that's a given. I mean, he took off his cloak, so he's probably gonna pull out his sword or something. So, and but yeah, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe some more reveal into they find something in the castle that might be like, oh, this hints at King Harold not being who the giant say is or something. So either way, those are the big reveals for me. I mean, other things that I could see coming up is like us getting a cutaway to like to Mary Joey, or something else. And again, I'm butchering that. I apologize. Right now, I'm just, ugh, you can probably hear it in my throat, but it just is all nasty. So, but yeah, so I super am enjoying this arc, and I hope that it gets better with the lore drops. I mean, we're in the end game, so everything's pretty much a giant lore drop at this point. Connects to something in the Void Century. So, but either way, as always, stay safe out there, and yeah, keep at it. I'll try to get video out sooner this week because I have been super late, and then try to get back on track, but then, once my schedule is one way, it's hard for me to change. So I'll just have to create the video this week whenever it comes out, like on Thursday or Friday. So, but yeah, hope to hear from you guys again at the end of the week.